Welcome back. So if you have the AirPods Pro 2, whether it's USB-C or Lightning, or you have the AirPods 4, today you have the ability to make history as Apple has just released the first ever public beta versions for AirPods, which is amazing. So this is available for those AirPods series or models that I just mentioned. And in order for you to get the latest AirPods update, you need to be on the latest iOS version. At the time I'm recording this video, you can see I'm on iOS 26. So once you update your iPhone to the latest public beta version of iOS 26 that has just been released, then you'll be able to update your AirPods. In order to update, one of the first things you do once your iPhone has been updated to the latest iOS 26 public beta version, make sure that your AirPods are connected to your iPhone. And then if you go into your settings and then click on your AirPods, you'll actually be able to see a new pop-up screen that tells you that now you have the ability to test out pre-release versions for the AirPods, which is something that's good. So you can do it on your iPhone as long as it's updated to the latest public beta or developer beta version of iOS 26. And it actually doesn't end there, because even if you have a MacBook, as long as it's on the latest macOS 26 Tahoe public beta or developer beta, when you connect your AirPods to your Mac and you go into your settings, you also see the same pop-up screen that will tell you that now you have the ability to test out pre-released beta versions of AirPods with your Mac. So technically what this means is that as long as you have a MacBook that's on macOS 26 or an iPhone that's on iOS 26, you have the ability to update your AirPods Pro 2 or your AirPods 4 to the latest public beta. If you try and update from your Mac or your iPhone and it somehow doesn't work, let me know and I'll leave a link in the description of this video, which will take you to my other full in-depth video on how you can go into your settings and put your iPhone into something that's called developer mode. You can see I have developer mode enabled on my iPhone right here. So in order to do this, there is a few steps that you need to take, but part of being on a developer beta mode, you have the ability to also manually force enable AirPods testing, which will give you like pre-release versions. And you can see I enabled it for my AirPods Pro 2 with USB-C. So check my description video if you're having issues updating to the latest public beta or even the developer beta versions of this new AirPods release. Now let's talk about some of the new features and changes that are here with the latest iOS 26 AirPods version. The first one is when you connect your AirPods using a cable just like this and they begin to charge. Once your AirPods are fully charged, maybe you're charging them just before you head out for a trip or something, you are actually going to get a notification telling you that your AirPods have been fully charged, which is a new feature and a notification that has been enabled with this update. Another new thing that you're going to see with the new AirPods update is new splash screens that are going to tell you of the new features and changes that are here. So you can see the first one, charging reminders. So you receive notifications reminding you to charge your AirPods when their battery is low. So not only do you get a notification when your AirPods are actually low, I believe if it's approaching the 20% mark, you get a notification reminding you to charge your AirPods. And now when they are fully charged, you also get a notification. But another thing that I wanted to show you is pause media on sleep. So now AirPods can detect when you fall asleep and automatically pause media. So you can see that by going into your settings, and when you connect on your AirPods just like this, you can see now there's a new setting that has been added that allows you to automatically pause media when you fall asleep, and you can be able to turn it on and off by going into this section. And now you can see pause media when falling asleep, so you can toggle it on and off and give it a try so that you basically don't waste the battery life of your AirPods when you are not using them. One of the new things that Apple mentions is that now with the AirPods Pro 2 and the new AirPods 4, they've updated them to include or enable studio quality recording, and this is going to be working whether you are actually using your AirPods to record a video. And by the way, when you update to the new version and you open up your camera app, you see something that's like this, and you can choose to set up styles later. But now when you connect your AirPods to your iPhone, whether you are in the camera app or you are in the voice notes app and you are trying to record audio, basically Apple mentions that now there is studio quality recording. I've tested this, but I think since we are still in beta, there isn't much of a change, because I have a couple of voice memos that are recorded before and after, but it seems like maybe just a tidbit better, but not significant to a degree where you can for sure say that this is studio quality recording. Now, since we're talking about recording and the ability to be able to control your video and photos, you can see now Apple has added a new setting in the AirPods. If you go into your settings right here, you have camera control that has been enabled. So what this feature does, you can see it says you can capture a photo, start or stop recording, and more, using either press or press and hold when using AirPods for camera actions. If you select press once, media control gesture will automatically be unavailable, and if you select press and hold, listening mode and Siri gesture will be unavailable. So if we select just press once like this, and then if I was to open up my camera, I have one of the AirPods out, I'm not sure if you can see that, and now if I was to press the stem of my AirPod just like this, you can see it's began recording the video. I'm not sure what happened, there was a bug right there, but if I press this again, you can see it begins recording, and I'm not pressing any buttons on the side of my iPhone to initiate the recording or not. All I'm doing is just pressing the stem of my AirPods, it's recording and stopping. And also, if you go into like photos just like this, if I was to get out my AirPod and then press the stem again, you can see it has like a countdown timer from 3 seconds, and now it takes a picture, which is pretty good. Now I can take another picture just like this, and then there's also another countdown timer, and you can see the photos that it took. Pretty good. Now, one of the things that I actually need to test out is to see if, for example, it would work like in a third-party app. So this is Instagram. If I press the stem of my AirPods, you can see, boom, it actually works, and I don't have to actually do anything, which is amazing. When you go into like TikTok and you want to record yourself or initiate a recording, which is good. This is the AirPod that I had in my ear. I think if I cover the sensor right here and then press, you can see it initiates. If I press again, it stops recording. So this is something good, especially for those that have like solo recording studios where they are the only ones. And another thing that I need to show you before I finish is the new automatic switching for CarPlay. So now if you are listening to music or to audio using your iPhone that's connected to your AirPods, you can set it up so that there is automatic switching for CarPlay. So when you enter into a CarPlay enabled vehicle, what will happen is you get this screen, and then the iPhone and AirPods are going to be able to detect that, hey, now we can actually transfer the audio from the AirPods to the car. Or you can set it up, if you go into your settings and then you go to where it says general, and under the continuity you can set it up so that audio remains either in the AirPods or transfers into the CarPlay, which is something that's good. With the latest watchOS 26 and iOS 26 version, Apple also mentions that you'll be able to use the Apple Watch as a microphone with your AirPods to perform gestures such as live listening, or to stream directly to your audio devices such as AirPods, and also with hearing aids to be able to listen better, which is something that we are yet to see. But other than that, this is how the update comes in and some of the new features enabled in iOS 26 for AirPods. Let me know which ones I missed or which ones are your favorite. And other than that, that's about it for me. If you like this video, leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.